If we don't pay child support, we go to jail.
Not all of y'all.
If we don't pay child support,
It's a couple niggas. It's a couple niggas clapping right now that got back pay and rears just right now for sure.
I feel like if you owe child support, you should go to jail.
If you know.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm reacting to Anton Daniels and his panel as they talk about why women choose men who they know aren't good for them, and to make it even worse, have children for these guys. So let's get into the mess.
Of course not. They never are. They never are. You ain't never
wait,
heard of a
wait,
person
wait.
wearing a mask.
So,
9 times out of 10, when you first meet somebody, they have a mask on. They're being what they think you want them to be.
That's a fact.
Give it some time, you're gonna start noticing shit. You're gonna start seeing, I don't like that. I don't care for that. Because now they're comfortable. And they can't hide who they are for very long.
So you saying that your women intuition only work after you have a kid?
Nobody's saying nothing about that. We see red flags. Don't we say that all the time? You see red flags. But you don't look at nobody as being perfect.
Let me ask Super.
Seeing red flags is an absolute waste of time if you're just going to ignore them. When I was younger, I used to actually think there was something to this whole woman's intuition thing because people talked about it so much. But when I got older, I realized just how silly the whole thing is. While women may have better social skills than guys, their ability to choose good men sucks, at least until they get older. But by then, a lot of the damage has already been done.
See if you never seen it.
Hold on, wait. I want to ask Super because I know a lot of y'all disingenuous, but we gonna expose y'all.
You disingenuous.
Right? No. I'm gonna ask Super. For every guy that you've ever talked to in your life, for every guy that you got into a relationship with, and this is not just a question for you, this is a question for everybody. Did you already know what he was about, if he was an ain't shit dude, or if he was an actually good dude before you got into a relationship? Nah, hold on. Did you know? Do women know before they get into a relationship with a guy?
Yes. Yeah.
A lot of the time they do know, but will still go ahead with things anyway, only to cry and complain about it later on. When I was a teen suffering from Disney brain, this sort of thing always baffled me, because while society was telling me one thing about what women wanted, what I saw women respond to in the real world was very different. And you know, growing up, that can be sort of confusing.
No matter what you say, you see red flags, you love them, and you stay with them for potential.
I will agree with Super on that.
I stay with them for potential. You're hoping to change them and love them through it.
We gotta hold our own bullshit for a second because
don't lie, bitch. Don't lie. You stand with them for potential.
You seen some stuff and you thought that you was gonna be able to.
He could be better. I could love him better. I could hold his hand.
We always thinking we can fix a nigga.
Yeah, hold on.
Exactly.
Let
a nigga be a project. I want to fix this nigga. A nigga be a project for us, and we want to fix him, and we want to uplift him and pour into him so he could be a better person. And at the end of the day, he don't.
So if that's the case, then that means you knew you was with an ain't shit nigga before you got with him. So how we gonna lead? How we gonna put that on the responsibility of just him? And y'all never take accountability for the fact that you opened up your legs.
I just did, nigga.
To a dude that wasn't good for you the minute that you met him, you knew he wasn't.
I feel like in certain stages of your life that makes sense. Now, when you get to your 30s and up, then
you don't got time for it.
Better.
It's over.
But
it's
when
too
you're
late.
young, a lot of times when people be in their early 20s and they go off to school, go off to college, or even high school, they meet these guys, they don't know. They don't know what this is about. It be like learning. And then once you get to being 30 and you dated 2 guys or, because I don't know how many bodies people got. That's not my business. But you learn as you go.
The thing is, a lot of these guys that women choose to date and have kids for were never going to amount to anything. And that'd be pretty obvious to most guys looking at the situation from the outside. Nobody respects a man who walks away from his kids, so they'll always shoulder some of the blame for up and leaving. But at the same time, whether they like it or not, ultimately, women have the responsibility of choosing the right guy to have children with. At the start of the video, one of the women were talking about how you don't get to know the real person right away because they're wearing a mask, only showing you what they think you want to see. But if that's the case, women shouldn't be so quick to lay down and have unprotected sex with these dudes because they have no idea about what kind of people they are. And then to go on and have kids for men like this is pretty insane to me.
I do agree with that. A lot of times we don't pick the right ones. But you know what I don't appreciate about this conversation most of the time when we have it? I don't appreciate the fact that it seems like the person that stayed to actually take care of the child, raise the child, and do what they're supposed to do to, nurture and make sure that kid is good, seems to get punished.
It's not that they get punished. It's just that you have to deal with the consequences of the choices you made. While people don't like to admit it, having a child while trying to date is tough because less and less men want to take on the role of being someone's stepdad, and there are a lot of reasons for that. So while it's unfortunate that some women get caught up in this single mom game early on in life, it doesn't mean that another dude somewhere down the line has to come in and pay for their past mistakes. With that said, the truth is, single moms will always be able to find men to settle down with, because while people talk a big game online, in reality, a lot of them are shacking up with single moms whenever they get the chance.
Single mothers are dragged
You should
and
be punished.
regularly.
You
But the
should be
fact that
punished.
that hoe ass nigga left his kid and not raising his kid, not showing up to games, not emotionally showing up, not covering and protecting that motherfucking child, he's okay. He gets away with it.
Hey.
He gets away with it.
And that's okay
But
to
that
get dragged by
mom-
them, but you'll meet that. And
My money,
people
my
like me will
choice.
see that shit and say, listen.
My money, my choice.
Because for one, like I said, all the bad going in the world because people
My money,
raising
my
without
my money, my choice.
fathers.
My money,
Okay,
my
well,
choice.
you chose
That part.
somebody that
I think
ain't got
that
kids.
part.
But some of these
I
niggas out
agree.
here, you see how you said no, my money, my choice. A lot of these niggas ain't got no money to even make
Facts.
choices.
What she just said right there is facts, especially when you're talking about guys who are hitting their late 30s and getting into their early 40s. For a lot of average guys who find themselves in this position, there's a good chance that they will end up settling down with a single mom because that's what will be available to them. Sure, it's preferable to start a family with someone who doesn't already have children, but if you don't have that option available to you, what choice do you have? My advice to young men would be to simply work your ass off early on so you can put yourself in a good position later on in life, so that your choices aren't so limited. While becoming financially successful is a plus, working on your people skills is also a must, or you'll just be another well-paid guy who gets played by the first girl he falls for.
That
But
part
you
too.
still-
But you saw that
That
though.
part.
But you saw that and you still
But y'all
chose him.
still sleep with
You
them.
saw that and you still chose
They
him.
didn't have no money when you was with him.
They be
Exactly.
pretending.
No,
They
no,
came in
no,
with the
no.
Gucci
No.
loafers
I
on,
ain't gonna
clean
lie
as
to you.
fuck.
No.
We
I'ma
ain't know
say,
that. We ain't know that was
when
his
you-
only pair of Gucci loafers and he been wearing them
No.
for 10 years. We ain't know that. He
Yes,
cleaned
you
them
did.
bitches up good.
You knew.
What do they say when they say the thing about when people they date? How can I say this? They date. I worked in a bar. Put it like that. My early 20s, I worked in a bar. I was a waitress, right? So I worked there a lot. I'm there all the time. Most of the guys that I met were those guys in the club. I wasn't doing nothing outside of it. I wasn't meeting nobody nowhere else. That was a place where they could intimately find me.
Dating based on your environment.
Yeah, you date based on your environment. If I'm not privy to what you're talking about, I can't meet a man like you. I'm not in those areas. This is just my life and what's happening right now. I got a waitress to make money. That's just what it is. But this is what I'm running to. And then I end up running into these men that's not shit, or dating multiple women, or got the jewels on and what we see. You feel me? Because that's what everybody around us is
Excuses.
telling us is what's good and the
But
type
once
of person
you-
you're supposed to deal with.
Excuses.
Honestly, I think she has a point, because if I didn't move around for college and all that when I did, my eyes wouldn't have been open to certain things. Traveling has a way of changing your perspective on things, and it also exposes you to different ways of living and different types of people you never would have crossed paths with otherwise. The thing is though, if you don't have the means to do this sort of stuff, you're never going to really know what you're missing out on. And some people who've never been able to leave their neighborhood have a way of thinking that the whole world is just like where they live, and that everyone thinks more or less like they do.
But you still
That's
see
not
it.
an excuse, because if I don't know better, I can't do better.
No,
You know,
that's
you-
real.
no, no, no,
That's
no, no.
real. If
You-
you don't know
Don't
better,
know
you
better?
can't do better.
If any man ever said this, y'all would say he was a weak man.
Because men are meant to be strong.
If men, but no. First y'all say that, oh, we need to have mental health services and let men have a voice. Then when they do it, y'all call them weak men.
Just not a stupid ass voice. He can have a voice, just not a stupid ass one.
If we don't pay child support, we go to jail.
Not
That's
all
a
of y'all.
If we don't pay child support,
It's a couple
we-
niggas. It's a couple niggas clapping right now that got back pay and rears just right now for sure.
Rears.
I feel like if you,
You
owe child
better,
support,
you better
you
pay.
should go to jail.
If you know what I know, you better pay that shit by December
Why are you doing
31st,
what you're supposed to
nigga.
do?
I don't think this has anything to do with being weak or strong. It's just about education and having people around you who can see the bigger picture. The whole going to prison for not paying child support is wild though. I even have a video that I've been thinking about reacting to, where a guy owes like $90,000 and has no way of paying, so he gets threatened with jail time. But if he gets sent to jail, it'll be even harder for him to pay when he gets out. The whole thing was nuts.
That insurance, that motherfucking interest don't hit on it.
When they don't want to take accountability, when we started to compare because y'all wanted to be like us. Y'all wanted to have...
Just like y'all wanted to be like the white man.
Y'all wanted to be like us. You wanted to work like us. You wanted equal pay. You wanted to be able to choose who you wanted to sleep with. You didn't want to listen to your parents.
No. Stupid bitches want options.
Y'all wanted to
you
go off.
Stupid whores.
No, y'all wanted to go off to college and do your own thing.
Oh, you educated bitches.
Wait, can we speak on that? Can we speak on that? Why?
No. Hold on.
Women didn't just jump and say, I want to vote, I want to do this, I want to do that. They had to. Women, they couldn't make decisions for themselves.
What happens
we couldn't even
is
get bank accounts until like the 90s or some shit like that, bro. 70s, there you go, credit cards.
What happens is when you open up yourself to the world, you get your ass kicked. What men have always experienced is that we got to pay for the consequences of what happens when we make these decisions, whether we like it or not. Nobody gives a fuck about our feelings. What y'all are experiencing is what y'all were protected from y'all whole life.
Anton's 100% right there, and it reminds me of an update on Bumble's dating app, an app that was originally created to give women control as guys couldn't send the first message after getting a match. Since men couldn't send that first message, it was up to women to break the ice. But years later, they started saying it was too much work and too draining, so they updated the app and started allowing men to make the first move again. I found this funny because this was just online dating, and women were still struggling with making an approach. Can you imagine if women had to make the first move in real life? That's not some shit I could ever see happening. Anyway guys, that's about it for today. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps me out a lot. And if you want to share your own thoughts, hit up the comments section.